So, listen, I think it's about that time again that I remind you, yeah, right? And I think one of the reasons why this is a good time for me to remind you, if you are in the UK, if you are outside, your circumstances could be very different, but this is still tailored to you. But if you are in the UK or anywhere around Europe, yeah, it's starting to get a little warm outside. And you know when it starts to get a little warm outside, yeah, like, and you're a man and you know, you've got your stuff in the boxer shorts and whatnot, it can get a little bit hot down there. Now, what you need to do is you kind of need to groom. You need to make sure that you're like, you take it down a bit. You don't need to bald it, but just take it down just a tad bit. And a lot of people are always trying to find out what is the best and safest way for me to shave my balls without me cutting myself or it being a danger to myself. I have it for you. I've told you about it. Manscaped, yeah? The 4.0 lawnmower. This one here is an absolute madness. Now, I've told people already, and I've recommended this to my friends, but I've also said to like some of my female friends, if you've got a guy that you check for and you know you're thinking about you want to buy something for him, that's an amazing present. Get him something to just trim it down a tiny bit. If you're a family member and you want to buy something for someone or whatnot, go outside of the box and go and get yourself the Lawnmower 4.0 Manscaped. You can. I recommend the boxers. I even got the boxers on. I've even got the boxers on. These ones fit amazing. If you're gonna purchase anything, I would say this, the boxers, or maybe you might even get a Young Bulls toner or deodorant or whatnot. You can get 20% off and free shipping. All you need to do is use the promo code HCPod. Yeah, you get 20% off and it's free shipping. Thank me absolutely later. Just send me a message or whatnot. When you use it, if you get it for your partner, take a picture of it and send it to me. Some people do that anyway, but it'll be good to hear from you and to hear your experience with it. Enjoy. All right, boom. Do you know what? Let's get straight into this today, yeah?
Oh, God.
First, I didn't even prep for this properly, so we're going to have to help each other out. But I do want to start off by doing this first. Okay. I want to talk directly to the audience, and I want to talk directly to Twitter as well, yeah?
Ucha.
Top Boy. Before I start, some of you lot are going to need this.
Oh no.
No, some of you lot are going to need this. Some of you lot are going to need this. Yeah, and also some of you are going to need a parent.
Oh.
Yeah, some of you are going to need this and you're going to need a parent.
Oh.
Take it. You're going to need this and you're going to need a parent. Because you're going to need to suck something.
Raw.
Strongly.
Violence, man. Damn.
No, you're going to need to do that. Some of you are going to really need to do that. I don't know how any of you could have been, this thing could have dropped in one day and then a few hours later you're coming out with spoilers.
Bro.
No, you're going to need this and you're going to need a parent.
Oh.
I'm not joking.
I need to drink water.
Any one of them. It could any one of them. Yeah, it could be a grandparent. Oh. It could as long
not
as it has to be a parent. Because not everyone has.
Leave them out of it.
Yeah, it has to be some. If no one has that, if you don't have that, then it has to be your next of kin, carer, whatever it is. You're gonna need one of these, and you're gonna need one of them. Yeah.
I like the fact that you got a paper one as well.
Environment, of course.
Exactly, man.
Yeah, and do you know what? I'm looking out for you as well because you can't suck for too long. Because what happens is it starts the moisture.
Soggy.
It gets a bit
soggy.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moist.
Wow. You lot couldn't wait to do it, innit? Some of you lot couldn't wait to do it.
No, bro.
You just couldn't wait.
Before
we even start, this is where I want to start. Some people just couldn't wait
to be the people.
The
people that spoiled it.
Which makes me think like, because I think we lightly when I was on your pod, was it you? And I said, I can't remember what we was talking about, but I was saying, sometimes that's just a social media thing. It's like it drops, and yes, of course you'll have some people that are just, you ain't got nothing to do, you just binge watch. I binge watch certain things, of course. Like I'm never taking away the fact that binge watching is a thing. Of course it is. Lockdown, I did a whole load of that. Yeah.
Big fact.
However, it's like this time around, there was that feeling in the air where it was like this, and I remember I talk about it all the time, this mass hysteria. Oh shit, I've got to be the first. Oh my God, fuck it. I need to. It's like this, we see the forms of this in everywhere. We see it in fashion, we see it in music, and now we're starting to see it with Netflix stuff. This need to be first. I have to be there.
Yeah.
Like, it's ridiculous to me.
It's an addiction.
Yep.
It's a proper addiction. I see it all the time as well, man. But I can't say I'm surprised with Top Boy though.
Really?
Because they first of all they gave it like a month. Everyone knew the date was coming. They were building it. They were hyping it. You had all of the actors posting it. You had a couple trailers. So people were getting gassed. Like the excitement was there. And I feel like people felt like they had to beat other people to the punch. Sure. So they felt like I need to watch it in case someone ruins it for me. Right. So I've got to get out of the way quickly.
No, but people are mad because you know what? I had like 2 burners, literally when it dropped. Just messaged me. Oh yeah, by the way, can I say it?
Yeah, spoiler alert, by the way. But just to let you know, you know what it is. You've seen the title. You know what we're doing today. So just in case you, for whatever reason, missed it, spoiler alert. But we're talking about Top Boy and we're talking about everything. We talk about the ending. We talk about everything. Yeah, but go on anyway.
So what's this? DM me say, oh yeah, by the way, Jamie's dead, innit? I say, wait, what?
Someone texted you and said that.
Burners, man. I was like,
yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
Swear.
Specifically targeted you.
No,
as
I
well,
said,
you're
why
a woman of the
me?
culture.
I said, why me? I said, you know what? I need to go watch it now. I'm eager. God. So when I watch, I think, raw.
That's rude,
a surprise, you know?
That's actually rude.
Yeah, it's
no,
mad.
but at the end, when he was sitting around the table, like with his brothers and everything was pressed, did you think, oh, it's not gonna happen now?
No, but you know what it is, 2 burners DM'd me. Then I went on TikTok and somebody actually posted a scene.
Oh, that's
what's going on here?
And I was like, the thing is, I blame myself because I was like, you know what? Let me watch it.
Oh no!
Wait. Then I saw it. Boom! I was like, swear.
That's outrageous on TikTok.
They're moving crazy.
Yeah, see.
No, that's rude, man. No, that can't. Like, that is annoying. Like, that's annoying because you know what you're doing when you're doing.
That's
that.
the new version of trolling, just ruining things for people.
Oh my god.
Because do you know the thing about Top Boy is it's emotional because it's one of those things that feels so local but is so global at the same time. So we get extra gassed and extra hyped about 100%. It. So what do you reckon then? Did Top Boy drop all those episodes in one go on purpose? Or should they have dropped them weekly?
Let's talk about that.
They should have done it weekly.
Weekly, man.
They should have done it weekly.
If it's only 7 eps.
No, but do you know why they should have done it weekly? Right. And
just...
interestingly, obviously Drake's involved in Top Boy, but the other show that he's involved in, Euphoria, they did it weekly, and it worked perfect for that reason.
Amazing.
It worked perfect for that reason. It kept everyone that excitement, that anticipation. You're like, what's going on? I need to wait until next week. It keeps you a bit nitty-ish, for want of a better word, and then like. Yeah, and then no one can really spoil it in that way. Like, but when you put them all out at once, this is what's gonna happen.
Yeah, do you know what I think they could have done? If not do the weekly, they could have done almost like what's happened with Ozark. So, you know, Ozark went up to up to episode 7, but there's actually 2 or 3 more episodes that haven't dropped yet. So what they could have done is, I think, there was 8 episodes on this, right? They could have went up to episode 7. Yeah. And stopped it and then said episode 8 is dropping on this day.
Wow.
Yeah. That way then, you know what? Like, if let's say 3 weeks have gone by, up to that point, the majority of people who really, really want to watch it would have caught up by then. Then they know that there's a particular date where there's 1 more episode dropping. You know what? Maybe it even brings back some of the noise again. Do you get what I'm saying?
Weekly
so stretch it.
Weekly it would have trended.
Because the first episode was mad, you know?
Yeah. But I hear that, and I think personally, the weekly thing would have been is the best option. Man. But I'm saying, in the worst case scenario, give 7 episodes, and then that last with such a big ending like that at a time like this, give this episode separately on a certain date so that it eases that up. Do you get what I'm saying?
There's a drama from back home where it got to a point where the last episode they had to pull it from the network. And then they released it in cinema nationwide. They were like, it's going to come out in a month's time because you guys are not ready for the madness. So I agree with that. Like that little end bit where you get to the climax, but then the actual final ending bit, you've got to wait for that and take it in.
Yeah.
Because knowing that Jamie's dead is a huge thing.
Yeah, that's a massive thing. Yeah. It's a massive thing.
So
to give it...
No.
So did you say that?
No.
Wow. Bro, you can't shoot at Sully and survive, bro.
That's true.
But I mean,
he was always gonna perish.
No, but the way his character development was going, the way Sully's development was going, you could have seen him look past that.
Sully was never forgiven anyone.
There we go. That's why.
No, but do you know what I liked about it though? Because they kind of threw you off when they had that scene where they were on the balcony of Dushane's yard, and he's like, that's our retirement plan. Like, I felt like at that point, even though I know what you're saying, but I still feel like maybe convinced him, like, yo, like, we can't. I know. Sully was like, yeah, but this is me. I'm in this.
He's moving mad. I can't
But
lie.
still, like, you gotta have a bit of vision and think like this. He's gonna take over the empire.
That was what I thought was very interesting. Yeah, is that like, and I think that this happens in various different aspects of business anyway. Yeah. When you have a business, the business partner, whether it's the street or whether it is in the corporate world, there becomes a point where when you elevate, you're not always in line. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, now I want this, but this person still wants that.
Yeah.
So what happens then? Yeah. And so this is where it starts to get techier, because again, in corporate and with the street, when you are not particularly aligned, when someone is calling a shot, you almost take that as in, wait, that's not my shot. So you know, like you had the point where there's certain points in this that I loved, by the way, when they're in the coffee shop. Yeah, it's Jamie, Sully. No, it's Buck. What's Buck's character?
I forgot his name.
What is his name? Google Buck's character for me, please. There's Buck's character, Sully and Dushane. Yeah. Sully's talking to Buck's character. Then Dushane says, "Handle that." Then Sully looks at him and says, "It's being handled." Yeah. Like, it's like, don't try to little man me kind of thing. Like, we're business partners. Yeah. Remember that. Yeah. We're having a meeting. Yeah. We're handling the meeting. Yeah. You don't come in now like you're some type of boss now and say. No, that happened another point as well.
Yeah, where Curtis was dead and he told him to clean it up, get rid of his body. And he was like, please, like, I need to go and sort out Ruben. He was like, sort it out, but it's like, he said,
oi, what? He had to come back and say, could you handle this for me?
Yeah, but it doesn't help when you're living on a boat, fam. When you're living on a riverboat, as your business partner, it's gonna be hard for me to take you. I don't care how much of a killer you are. Like, I'm gonna take you a little bit less serious, bro. Like, what are you doing? You're living on a riverboat. I'm up here in a penthouse. I've got all of these lot on lock. You're having little conversations with the woman next door.
What was his name?
I'm checking it now.
You know what? I feel like it was a test, like, because you know when Dushane was asking Jamie, "Call your best friend" type of vibe. He was like, "Raw, like, do you think he's actually gonna do it?" He's like, "Oh, he's gonna show that he's loyal to us." Cool, but obviously he knows my man's not really loyal to them like that. So obviously he killed his best friend. He's thinking, you know what, I can't trust you. And actually, killed him on some like, if you kill your best friend, what can you do to me?
That's exactly how I saw it.
Literally,
that's exactly.
It was a power move.
And that's what's so clever about why they called this new series, like why the tagline was loyalty above everything. Yeah. Because everyone's demise and everyone's success all came from an act of loyalty. Right? So Jamie was extremely loyal to his brothers, which is why he had to kill his best friend. Yeah. But by being loyal to his brothers and by being loyal to Dushane, in Sully's eyes, he'd already proved how.
Yeah, you proved
it. It was a lose-lose.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah. So do you reckon he should have run?
The best thing that he could have done is just say, look, like, I can't do that. If you lot want to duppy him, you lot have to duppy him. Yes, but I can't. I can't.
Cause that's your best friend, like your old.
But then you know what? No, do you know why it's a lose again?
It's a lose.
Do you know why it's a lose again? Because even if he went and said to them, "Yo, like, I can't do that, but whatever you lot want to do with my man, you can go and do with him, innit?" Yeah. The reason why that's a lose is because you then haven't told your brethren that
you're greenlighting it, basically.
Yeah, you're basically saying, look, it's cool. Man. So either way, you might as well dump him.
You know, I wish they done low key. I wish he actually ran away with my man. Yeah, started a new life. Yeah. Then if I was the writers, I'd bring Renelle back and them lot plot against them two, so it can be like the young lot and the older lot. That's how I flip it like that. In a way, because he killed my man. He actually killed my man. What's next? What's actually next?
No, but listen. Nah. Dushane and Sully, that's how it started. As long as them man are around.
No, they need to go, man. They need to go, sorry.
Who needs to go?
Them two.
You need to go.
No, I don't.
Who, what, the same and Sully?
Yeah.
What? You're sick. Wait,
why?
Let me hear you.
It's called Top Boy. It's now Top Man. You man are too you man are too old. My man's looking like his ghost is like saying, "Where big house. Like, who the hell do you think you are? He's mad, charming.
like,
Do you know what?
It's
I kind of hear what she's saying.
No, I do.
Fam, they're always gonna be on top. Like, when you gonna actually let it go? Like, who's actually gonna kill you off?
Right, but listen, hear this though. Hear this, Mimi though. Yeah, that's the part where I will like push back, because the age isn't about. That doesn't determine you leaving it. There's bare man that are of certain age that are still very, very connected to street. Yeah. However, though, sometimes what does happen is, you're right. They are like the top man still, but there's usually like the young buck who's operating certain things, and so maybe in regards to the writing, as time goes on, these lot are handling things, but then maybe their role doesn't become so prominent because they've got that new top boy who's running certain things, and they can maybe make something out of that. Now you could have said that maybe Jamie could have looked like he might have worked his way into that position. But clearly that isn't going to happen now. Do you know what I mean? But I think where it can get interesting, and I think we're going too far ahead too quickly, but it's cool. I think that where it gets interesting for the next one is, how does that affect the relationship between Dushane and Sully? Because clearly there's something already tense between them. Yeah. So now, because for me, even when I'm watching that, I'm saying like, I've got a strong connection with Sully, like a strong one. I just fuck with Sully in it. Yeah. When he duppied Jamie in front of the youths, I
was upset.
Bare face.
I was like,
bare face.
He stared at Stef before he did it as well.
Bare face. I couldn't believe he did it bare face.
I couldn't believe it.
In a belly, nothing. He wanted him to see him.
It's like he said. It's like I'm thinking to myself, did he know the youths was there? But then it didn't even really matter. Man, it was like, you know what, fuck it, innit? I've just done it. I think one of the thing that I liked with Sully as well, there was one part that I just the small little thing. You know the little pussy old cousin that he's had?
Pebbles, man.
Pebbles.
Oh,
problem.
Oh, God. She is
so
jarring.
let's talk about Pebbles quickly.
Is it this guy?
She's jarring.
Pebbles is a problem.
Sorry, she's so jarring. I want to punch her up like no cap. She's so jarring.
See, when she jumped in the river, in the little lake thing, that killed me.
Yeah.
When she just jumped in and started swimming, I was like, what is going on? Like, the way she just jumped in as well, I was thinking, this is crazy. She's annoying still. There's a lot of annoying characters in Top Boy though.
That tear though pissed me off as well, you know. She's jarring.
Let me just Pebbles. I didn't realize that Pebbles was going to be so much of an issue in regards to fucking disrupting Sully and whatever. But when he's gone, because what happened there? These men were trying to fucking... Something happened with Pebbles or whatever. Yeah. Did she run off with the food or something? Something happened in it.
She was meant to bring it in and she ran off with it.
Yeah. So he's gone now to go and fucking confront them brothers, innit? Yeah. So anyway, and they've gone to the gym. Remember he went to the gym, yeah? So obviously he just walked in and told them that there's like, who are you? And then he said, Father Christmas. Yeah.
You know he's mad. He's actually mad.
No, but this is where the bad manism had really kicked in. Yeah, is when the brother said to him, he said something like, "Yo, fuck that anyway, man. Like, if you don't come and bring the thing back and that, man's just gonna end up having to wrap you up or something like that." Then Sully looked at him and said, "Is it?"
That's hard.
No, you know that part. You know what killed me? It's actually, Curtis' sister called my man saying, "Oh, like, where's my brother?" Yeah, it's like, your brother's gone, In the car, I was
the way he was saying it.
It was so fun. Like, your brother's actually gone. Like,
he's not coming back.
He's gone.
I'll pull it on the screen later.
He's not coming back. And
I was thinking, how can you tell a girl that her brother's dead like that?
I think that's one of the most.
Well, when he said, "I promise you, he's not coming back."
Yeah. The Liverpool Donny. But I think that's one of the most clever piece of writing there. That just when you feel comfortable with the fact that Sully has gone from madman to now this deep, complex character, right at the end, in the crucial moment, they've made you realise, no, Sully was the madman the entire time.
The whole time.
When it kicks off, he will be the guy to do the damage, no matter how corrupt you think Dushane is. And equally with Dushane, just when you think Dushane had reached this new level of no morals and getting things done, with the summer house thing, he returned the summer house back to the locals.
You could always see at heart, he's the guy, the good guy, really. But
like there's a conscience in him somewhere.
No, but I think that was they've kept you
though.
guessing. Throughout this season, they've kept you guessing because I've always thought, Dushane, man, I thought you were the guy with the conscience, but it turns out Sully is. But now, as problems started to mount towards the end, you've now seen that, oh, well, wait, they flipped it back again. So Sully is back.
But with saying that though as well, like he like a lot of roadmen as well have like a certain connection with their mum.
Absolutely.
Do you get what I'm saying? And like, no matter how much is what's going on or whatnot, when your mum says certain things, it cuts through a certain way.
Sure.
And so that's why to me, it wasn't a major shock that he like had a change of heart with that, especially with her dying. I just had a feeling that maybe something was going to happen to him with his heart because he had a problem with his heart.
But that's what I was going to say for maybe the future seasons, like how they've left that kind of unanswered. How's that going to progress, that problem that he has in his chest? Because they've made it apparent, but then we haven't actually seen how that transpires.
Yeah.
So in the next season, is that the thing that maybe, I don't know, takes him, or is that how the top boys eventually come away? Like Mimi wants.
Yeah,
I don't know.
that.
Does he die of a heart attack or something?
Or something mad like that.
Staying with Sully quickly though, it was interesting to see the different dynamics of like what was happening with him, because there was like almost a sly element of small vulnerability when the man then rolled up on him, and they've obviously fucking, because we ain't ever seen him get moved to like that,
mash up.
and like, and I think if having a connection with a character like that, when you see him getting punched up like that, you're thinking, oh my god, what the fuck's gonna happen to this Don? But what I loved was, as soon as Dushane heard about that, them man rid out incredibly quick.
Loyalty over everything.
But it's
Loyalty, man.
It's different though. That kind of stuff is like, even if you have a boy right now or best friend girl, you know.
Yeah.
But you like that, like even if you beef, it does, like to everyone else it's like, oh, they've beefed, but for you lot it's always love because you've been through everything together.
Yeah.
And for them that was that.
Kano mentioned that in an interview he did. He said that like if I chat bad about Dushane,
That
I'm chatting about him, but if you chat about him,
it's
or
a
you say,
bubble.
yeah, I agree, you go, hold on, fam. Like, I'm saying that, not you. Yeah.
There was even a song on his album, was it I Got My Brandy, Got My Beats? Do you remember when he was talking about his boy? And he's like, we missed the baptism and the Christian and all that kind of stuff. Do you remember that song? I'm talking about?
No. What was the name of it?
It Made in the Manor, yeah?
Yeah, Made in the Manor. He bumped into his boy, or like.
Oh yeah, I vaguely
phone
remember
hang-up
what you're
thing.
talking about. Yeah.
So he's like probably experienced that. So that's probably easy for him to act out, kind of like.
Yeah, but they'll always be like that. Dushane and Scully, you'll always feel like just as they're about to reach boiling point, and you think this is the moment where they come apart. There'll always be something that brings them together. You know.
That reminds me, you know, it's a season 3 or season 2. Season 3, his bare shine at Dushane was like, if man trying to read out on you, I will ride out. So I was just thinking about, like, it's kind of like a mirror in the sense of like, he sticks to his words. Type of vibe.
100%.
Obviously they're like the main two, but you know what? There was a lot of good side stories in this one. I felt like there was a bit too many stories in this one. For 8 episodes, I think there were too many storylines, and some could have been dropped a little bit. And obviously, I don't want to take away from some of the actors' shine, because obviously, like, they need to get their minutes and stuff. But some of them I felt like weren't needed. Whereas some of the new additions, like this Curtis villain, cold villain.
Dushane.
I loved
Dushane.
I loved him. Like the Scouser, the way they were on it, like selling straps. That whole storyline with Lauren, I thought they executed it well.
Tony Bellew, innit?
Yeah.
Bro, I thought I was the only one that thought that. I thought you didn't think that.
I love it.
He was reminding me of Tony Bellew.
I think there is something really interesting, like, when it comes to, like, gangsters, that the Scouse gangster always seems to seem the most serious. But, you know what? Like, we can deep dive into his character, which I think we should. But I did think, after all of that, for him to die the way that he did was like, okay. Like I was waiting for him to do a madness first before. I wanted that gangsterism to really come out. I respected the fact that the gangsterism didn't come out like physically so much to the woman, to his woman. I think like the abuse side was like he was very manipulative.
Psychological.
He was very
psychological.
like he was super on that, and he didn't even try and tamp her down when she was stabbing him up. Do you get what I'm saying? But I wanted to see him show some level of smoke that he was very serious about what it was. That
I mean,
he
he
was
shot
doing.
up Shelley's nail bar.
Yeah, that was kind of...
For a second, we thought Shelley was gone.
Yeah, but you know
who was gone? The brethren. We didn't
No one went. They made an
Ripped
example.
out,
They
yeah.
told him that they... But obviously, they don't make that apparent. When they're first shooting it up, you think she's gone.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, to come to someone else's ends... And your opening statement is lighting up the shot.
No,
that's a pretty serious.
It's a pretty one.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a pretty one.
It's cute.
But for that level of gangster,
Yeah.
there was just a tad bit more I wanted from him.
You wanted him to go a bit.
Just a tad bit
a bit
more.
more.
Not kill someone,
Sure.
but like, you know what? Inflict a certain type of physical pain on someone to make him seem as though, you know what? Nah. This is not just a physical, a mental thing here. If you press the button too much, this is where I'm prepared to go with this.
And that's where I
You know
thought
what I'm
Jack was gonna suffer. I thought Jack was.
I thought they were going to get Jack still.
She was the best
I
this
love
season,
Jack
you know.
in
I can't lie, she was top tier.
top notch.
Yeah.
It was mostly about her though, to be fair, wasn't it, this season?
Yeah.
This should be Top Girl.
But the only thing that's gonna be like, I
She's
think that's
reaching
gonna
the
be the
next
next thing. I think she's gonna take
She's
somehow
reaching
or other.
She could be.
Do you think
the
they'll do
next
that, Top Girl?
I think
Flip
so.
it.
Yeah, why not?
Bring the girls.
Bring the girls.
Why not, innit? Why
Bring the
not?
girls.
It still could be Top Boy.
She seemed to be the only one that managed through her loyalty to please both sides. Like through her loyalty, she managed to save her sister.
Yeah.
But then through her loyalty to Dushane and Sully, do you remember she was like, "This is my sister. This is my problem, and I've got to take this on." That was almost showing Dushane and Sully that she's taking accountability. So
You know what? That's a mirror between Jamie and her.
Yeah, because they were basically like
In a situation, pick your family or your close ones.
every character had to pick the family or close. So even Sully had to choose Pebbles, and Dushane had to choose his mum. Like everyone was.
Oh my god! The writers are smart.
Yeah,
See, that's why I had
It's a
to
theme,
talk about
loyalty.
this.
But I wanted to touch upon your thing about the too many side stories. The picture that I saw of it was like, imagine a tube map, yeah? A tube map with all the different lines. They're all gonna link up at King's Cross at one point, innit? Like that would be like
The meeting point.
where everybody links up. But at that time, you've got to follow all the trains, all side stories, which is why I believe mainly for the episodes to be weekly, because you bulk watching that. You don't
deep what's going
That
on.
was a
you
lot.
filter,
Yeah,
you
that was
filter,
there was
you
a
filter
lot
what
going
you want
on.
to focus on, and
makes sense.
you miss out so many things.
But I think in the like, so I managed to. Not a lot of programs hold my attention. I casually watch most of the things that I watch, but Top Boy was one of those things where I was fully in, so I managed to take it in. But I think Top Boy is one of those things that now, knowing what you know now, you could watch it back again and pick back on so many things.
Oh,
that you missed.
definitely. One watch is definitely not enough to pick up everything.
The situation with Shelley and
My girl,
Yeah.
the lady, innit?
the lady and the burial and all of that type of stuff.
What did you think of that story, Dan? What did you think?
They should have kept it. Or it was just
I think they needed a little bit more legs to it, to be
That's why I
honest.
like you, Mitch. You're being honest here.
I think they needed to be a little
I
bit.
hear you.
Yeah.
I think there needed to be more. It didn't feel like there was enough substance in that for me.
I felt like it was a half-hearted way of showing a side of Shelley that we didn't know.
I feel like they might save it for next season. What's going on? Because it's not done yet. It can't be done.
No, of course not.
You know
You don't think that's done?
Nah.
The body's been taken.
Yeah, but obviously she's gonna be guilty and all that. And my girl, the lady's not gonna stop. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
But what are they gonna do? The body's gone. The body's gone. Like,
Yeah, they connect it somehow.
Do you reckon?
do you think so?
Do you reckon, Mitch? They had to include something because Shelley's a lovely girl in the area. Yeah, she's very polite. She's on a straight and narrow, but she's very aware of what Dushane's doing. So her conscience is kind of like, I want to live this life, but I also will cuddle up with Dushane, who's doing a madness on the end. So do you reckon they kind of had to show a side of her to say that, look, like,
This is why she's in there. Yeah, I get that. It makes sense.
The ends is the ends.
Because I was trying to figure out why she was like still cool with him despite him doing all that madness. And I know you get girls in the ends that do that, but
yeah, why not?
But he's deep in it. So like what you said, showing that side of her where, oh shit, she's been involved in a cover up. It gave her that bit more, that edge to her. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't feel like they dived into that story enough. That story and the other story that I was like was Jamie's little brother. Okay. That one was like, who was the little girl again? What's her name? Tia. That story there was a bit like, I get it. Like the youth's going off the rails. He's found his little friend. Like, but it to me it wasn't enough legs to that either.
If you deep, okay, now cool. Now Tia's basically that kid that was outside, isn't it? Now Jamie's gone. Do you feel like he's gonna be outside with Tia and just do Mazzelines or all of that stuff?
Well, that's the one thing that
Stef and Tia for next season.
Do you know? I think with him, he's definitely going to be the little bro that's like gone off the rails now. I think he was, even with Jamie not dying, I feel like he was going there anyway because of the company that he was starting to keep, and I feel like the mental space that my man went and got a strap, bro, and was running around with that for a little while, and then when you had that situation of the man them coming to get his brother having to come and bail him out and all of that type of stuff, you could already see this is how it kind of starts. All he then needs, and which happens on the road, is to then find, if you're that vulnerable as a child, you got an older brother that's on smoke and he wants you to stay away from it or whatever, but for whatever reason, your life circumstances, your parents are not around, you know that your brother's still up to no good and all of that, there's a bit of love missing from your life, you're vulnerable. And so if you meet someone else who is as smoky as your brother and puts his arm around you and says, listen, don't worry, I'll take care of you, listen, all that and thing, he's gone. Then now, the problem that the brother has, or Jamie would have, with the other Don is that you've met an equal because he's on some gangster shit too, and you know whatever it is, someone's gonna have to die, someone's gonna have to drop out. But we won't see that. But what we will see is that little kid going fully off the rails.
He has nothing to lose now. He has nothing to lose.
When you look at you losing a parent anyway.
It's mad.
Is already mad. Then to have your brother who like deep down you super love, and is a superhero to you as well, because you can see that like Jamie was a superhero to him regardless of how he saw him. When he was in beef, the first person he rang, my brother, come and get me please. His brother came and got him. It's not like his brother came. It's not like Jamie came and got beat up while getting him. He came on a thing of
dealt with it.
Yeah, he came and he handled that. So now your superhero dies in front of you. What? You're outside after that now. You're outside after that.
It's like Tariq, innit?
Yeah, it's like
Tariq now.
100%.
And then just start building the empire. It's mad.
There was certain acting parts that I had a slight issue with.
Which one?
So, and I'm mentioning this because you brought up what was the boy's name again?
What boy?
Jamie's brother's name. What was his
Stef.
name? Stef. That's it. So you know, obviously he's with the girl now, whatever, and then she fucking takes the car keys and then fucking does that.
She was best man like.
But you know what? I didn't. Yeah, exactly. The social worker. I didn't believe the social worker.
It was so fake.
I didn't believe him.
Because you know what? Like Steve Stamp.
The reason why I didn't believe him, you know, like again, this is when you're watching these type of things. The most important thing is like the believability in it. Like I have to believe you as a whatever role you're playing in it. Yeah, and the one thing that happened that made me like I just almost switched off from this guy here was when the kid has smashed the car. The way that he reacted to it was like she just ate like an apple that he. Do you know what I mean? It's like, big man. She's taken your car keys and she's crashed the car. She could have crashed into. Bro, there's a whole. That might not even have been your car. Do you know what I'm saying? That's my mum's car. What are you doing? Like, I needed a bit more of that. He was just like.
Bro, they should have gave you the role, fam.
Yeah, no, you
look like your car just been hit by someone.
Yeah, someone should have come to him and said, "I don't believe you."
You know,
someone just smashed your.
You know, the English teachers, you're like, excuse me, like he needs to move like Vim or something like.
Vim.
But I personally believe this is like well, maybe I'm looking too deep into this, and the writer's like, Dan, what are you talking about, cuz? But if you think about the situation they're in, the social services that this girl has access to are shit. They're run down. They're underfunded. She's got no help. So the only person she's got is essentially an underqualified person who on paper is supposed to be there but doesn't really want to be there. He's not from the ends. He doesn't relate to what they're going through. So when she does the mad thing, his personality himself, he's not one of those like Coach Carter type people that wants to take anyone under his wings. He's just getting paid for it because he's, I don't know, a
Wait. I'll be more mad. So you're fully right. You are 100% right.
Yeah. But I'll be more mad.
Fine, but it's your car, yeah? So that's happened. He knows if he steps out of place a bit.
No. This is where I have to push back.
Nah.
Because, like, in the long run, you can think about the logical thing to do and all of this stuff. But in the actual moment, you're not thinking, you're underprivileged and I don't really want to be. You're just thinking, what the fuck? Like, my wit. Then after that, you're kind of like, you will have that moment of, Do you know what? Of course you did that.
Yeah.
Like, of course, innit? Of course you did that.
Yeah.
And then you just simmer down a piece. But in that
won't be
moment,
simmered down,
you need a
can't
bit
lie.
of dramatics. You need a slight bit of that. Like a strong telling off.
There was loads of youths that gathered round, right, and was going on a mad
That's
one
even
and so-
embarrassing.
Yeah, they was.
Yeah, so he might have been like unnerved in that situation. That
Nah.
there's a crowd.
It's your car.
man.
Do you really? He's like, I hope no one crashes Chuckie's car. You know?
No, it's just that.
Anyone's car, man. What the hell?
It's not like it's not like he knew that was going to happen.
I hear
It
you.
just
Yeah, no,
was.
that's- yeah.
He just came out and he just saw that was something that happened, and your initial moment would be like thought process would be like, well, what the fuck, what's going on here? But do you know what I liked? You see Curtis's missus. What was her name again?
V, his sister.
V.
Her sister.
You know what? I thought
His
her
sister or his
crying.
missus?
No, that was his sister.
He said his missus.
It's
His
sister.
missus or
Sister.
No, it's his sister.
Sister.
Yeah.
No, but he said his missus. Who
Did I say missus?
The missus is my girl.
Lauren.
Lauren is-
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You're talking about the curly hair.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
his
sister.
Was it, no? So the woman that was pregnant.
Oh, okay.
Lauren.
Jack's
Lauren.
sister, Lauren.
Jack's sister. Jack's sister.
Lauren.
Yeah. So that's Curtis's missus, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. That's what I was talking about.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, by force. So Curtis's missus, yeah. I really liked her crying parts.
Oh, it was
Like when Jack first came to meet her and she was bawling, I was thinking, oh rah, like
She's out. Yeah.
yeah, like her crying parts were very believable.
Even the
to
cab
me.
situation.
Bro, I was just
that
about to
was
say.
I was on edge.
I think that hit me. I can't lie. For some
Absolutely.
reason, that was the one that hit me the most.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was on
When she
edge.
ran out the back of the shopping mall to get
Oh,
away
yeah.
from them,
Yeah.
she jumped in the black taxi, and then they
begging
show
him.
up, and she starts begging the
Yeah.
taxi
Please,
driver, please
She was
don't
good. She was good.
honestly, my levels of empathy, I was like,
I
what
was
the
scared.
hell?
And
Don't
you-
open
and
that.
you know when they
Yeah, my heart was racing.
and
Like
you know
that was the
they-
moment.
And when they came to get her from the car, it would have been easy for them to do. Let's just do the gangster madness thing, but it was again the manipulation where the guy was trying to say to the cab driver, "She's sick. She's not well. Let her come home."
Yeah.
That cab man is an angel.
And
man.
you
He's an
thought for a
angel.
second that the cab guy was gonna say, "Okay,
Because bare camera, Uber, do you know what it is? Black taxi driver, Uberman would have let you out.
What?
Yeah,
Go, 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 go.
Yes.
Get out, get out, get out,
That's
get
why
out,
they're
get out,
expensive.
get out.
Because it's a black taxi driver. He's like,
get
nah,
what
nah.
you pay for. You get what you pay
Trust me, bro. The Uberman, I've dealt with Uberman. They would have said,
No, get out, get out,
I
get
don't
out.
want the
I don't
drama.
involve.
I've been kicked out for not wearing a mask during the pandemic.
Yeah,
Right?
Oh
You
my
think-
God.
you think if all these goons come around the thing, he's gonna be like,
Get
get out. I don't want
out,
this
get out,
drama.
man.
Get out. Not my
They
face.
were walking in formation in the shopping centre, bro.
What would you mean?
Like, as in, V was in front.
442,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Then them two. then the one eye guy, I don't know what, Marv, was his name Marv?
Marv, you're sick with the names,
Yo,
bro.
Marv, he was
His name
watching.
Marv.
The one eye.
Frightening, bro.
Yeah, he was,
Drum
he
and
was.
bass don from Manchester.
Who?
What's his name? Let me see. He's a drum and bass legend. This
Oh, is it
one-eyed
the guy that plays it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I forgot his name, but,
He was a bit
but
familiar.
he's been in this thing. He's a drum and bass legend. But
Damn.
that scene was
That scene was
That
incredible.
was really good.
that was
That was really good. Yeah. I think
That's what I'm saying. I felt like
that story was a deep story.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
was.
lie.
It was good. I
It
like
was
that
a deep
storyline
story.
still.
That
And they needed that story because I feel like there are a lot of manipulative
Situation.
dons out there
Absolutely.
that
Of
move
course.
like that, and they need to be
Absolutely.
sitting down watching it and seeing how poor it looks.
Look in the
like,
mirror.
It looks
like,
mad.
It's
Yeah.
terrible. Do you know what? The amount. That's what I love about Top Boy because it's just the amount of relatable storylines that are in there. Like I even found myself watching it and felt like I could relate to maybe. Not personally as such, but like 70% of the storylines, you know someone that moves like that, or you
100%.
know, like even the Somerset House thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the gentrification, like
Right.
that's a close
Close.
thing to me. Like I got family members, I know people that are going through that stuff right there.
Yeah.
Facts.
So watching that unfold and the mum saying like, you know people, if you're from the hood, like
Yeah,
you know
actually-
people in that community that are dealing with this stuff all
Of
the
course.
time, that are
Family,
rallying.
man.
Like,
And you know
together.
what? You're gonna move me out, and I'm not gonna be able to come anywhere close to here again because you're gonna move me out somewhere super
Great.
far.
Damn, great.
Somewhere super far. The water stopped working.
yeah.
I said, you know what?
Wow.
I'll take my tablets with some Henny then.
Yeah.
How about that?
I was like, she's a G, man.
But this is the thing, yeah. Even in those type of moments, it's like they make it seem like you have a choice, yeah. And then every once in then they just start moving the goalposts, like, and then they start trying to offer you incentives. Oh, you can do this, but we'll move you there, or you know what we'll do is we'll put you over there just for a short period of time, then we'll move you back here. And the more that you keep saying no, the more that you realize you actually do not have a choice.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? It's either like you either accept this or it's just gonna happen by force.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like you saw that happen, and the fact that like it would have been interesting to find out what Dushane, what the fuck was you gonna do with this?
Yeah.
You was just gonna profit off that like that.
Well,
like that's a madness.
choice.
That would have definitely 100% caused a big issue between him and Sully.
But I completely understood his point of view. Like,
What do you think?
When he's trying to be the top boy, he's trying to have the power and he's trying to have the money. He's thinking bigger than just running a line. He's like, if I don't do it, he kept saying this. He goes, if I don't do it,
Someone else will.
is going to come and do it. So
It's
why
great.
should it not be me?
But I just see it as greed and ego.
Absolutely. So
No, it is.
There's no exit plan for Dushane. Like, there's not enough money that could make him leave because all of that money
His ego,
doesn't
man.
equate to the power that he
Right.
has, and he
Facts.
loves the power.
Facts. So which would be interesting because it's like, okay, cool. You know what? Fine, go for it. How do you plan on looking after the community while doing it? How do you do that?
Well, at first he wasn't interested in that though. He said that to Shelly. He said, "Listen, like I want to be legit by next year." He's like, "This is going to be the investment." He said, "I'll just buy mum an apartment." Like he wasn't even considering the rest of the community. He said it. He said, "I wasn't even considering."
Mumsy's good.
I'm gonna buy my mum an apartment.
He's like, "I'll just buy her an apartment."
Yeah,
That's
I
it,
remember
like,
that.
And
Yeah,
fuck
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
else off.
Yeah.
But you can
hear it, though.
you don't have to
I
agree
can
with
hear
it.
it.
You don't have to agree with it.
I
But
hear it. I don't.
yeah, you don't have to agree with it. But you can hear where he's coming from. That he's like, brother, I care about my mum. If my
That's
mum's
it.
safe in a house, I don't care about anyone else. But then he actually realized, if he really cared about his mum, when she said that this is my community, this is
That's what's
this is not
important
just
to
a
her.
house. She goes, this is where I live.
Yeah.
When she said that to him, he realized that it was bigger than that.
It was sad that it was ultimately the stress of that killed her.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
Yeah.
he said she
Yeah.
had diabetes and high blood pressure and all of these. And then you see that moment where she's walking up the
Walking up the
stairs.
stairs,
That
yeah,
was just
yeah.
hits her.
That was-
And you just think to yourself, like, he's thinking, if I just sorted this out, like,
Earlier.
and just backed her,
Yeah.
she would have been less stressed, knowing the money he's got, the influence he's got in the
sure.
community. Like that must have been a mad. Even when it all came together and he came out, all the problems hit him at once.
One
that
time.
scene there was it.
Yeah.
That was
Those
hard.
phone calls.
Yeah, like the lawyers come, Ruben's
Yeah.
about to snitch.
Yeah.
Mum's died, like this, and then he collapses. I was like, fucking hell. And that happens in life.
Yeah.
In life, shit usually
It-
comes tenfold. Like
Yeah, when it
comes
hits you, it hits you all
Hard.
at once.
all at once.
Hits
Why
you
is life
hard.
like that?
Yeah,
Bro, I
smart.
hate adulting,
setup,
man.
man. It's
We
a
were speaking
setup.
about this when I came in. I said I hate adulting now, bro.
Yeah.
I hate it.
One thing happens and the next thing, then the next thing,
Next
then the
thing,
next
boom,
thing. It's
boom,
like
boom, boom.
it's like
VAT, lower back pain. You know what I mean? It's all at the same time. You know?
all of that stuff, bro.
Did we deep dive into Jack though?
No.
No.
That's the
I
deepest
thought
dive.
Jack was. I thought
She's
Jack was really good at it.
Incredible.
This
As
time.
They
always.
owned it, but they were comparing her to from The Wire, innit? Snoopy.
I haven't seen a
Did you
while.
see that? Did you see that? They were putting up the
yeah.
pictures comparing it, and people
Them
were saying,
two.
"No, you can't do that." Da, da, da.
Why not?
Well,
I know this is like our
was
generation.
what was the comparison though? Because
They're
for people who
basically
don't
saying
know,
this is our version of her, basically.
and who is because I've not watched The Wire, so I don't
You
know.
haven't watched that? It's basically she's like a female, she's a lesbian as well, gangster, quite like brute, like masculine type of character who's on Grease as well. So it's just, I think it's basically the fact that they look similar as well. And they play similar characters in the sense that, like I said, they're
Right.
both lesbians and they're both like...
Did I miss something here? Yeah, she got punched up.
For being like, it was like a
For
lesbian.
being gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and there was no repercussions of that.
Yeah.
No, they found the guy.
No, they found the
the
guy.
guy.
Man,
She
was
was
driving.
And she fucked him up like boop boop boop.
Oh yeah! Oh shit! Oh yeah!
Wait,
Okay.
she fucked him up to the point where
Oh yeah!
her
Yeah.
brethren
Oh
were
yeah!
saying
I
that's
remember.
enough.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
Yeah. I remember.
She's a G, man.
Those lips
Because I
were
thought that was
strong.
random. Yeah, she went ham.
She had to, though.
lips
I like that. As
She
well.
had to,
Yeah.
man.
I love the way
Respect.
she's whipping that range as well.
Yeah,
Whipping
yeah.
that range around calmly.
Hey.
Even though she's going back to the mad council flat, but it was lit though.
I hear
It's
it though.
still-
Hella man, I like that though.
It gets like
Know what I'm
that.
saying?
innit? Big boy whip, and then yeah, man, no, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been there. The big boy whip, you're going back. I said, yeah, I've been there, man.
So what do you reckon is gonna end up happening with Jack then?
I think she's gonna take over.
100%.
Do you reckon?
I think she's gonna take over.
So what? So who goes out? Like what?
Dushane.
She's got
No.
Who's what?
no.
Say that
Dushane.
again.
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
that,
heart
bro.
attack.
Listen.
He got,
By
fam,
the
that
way,
heart pain.
no, but the heart attack that might come. But listen, no one got rich in this episode, in this series. We were just talking about packs from Morocco to Spain. No packs landed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
True.
packs to be landed so
Yeah.
that we can get through things.
And
like
she's
that.
the only trustworthy person there.
Yeah, but
Yeah, because
also
she's the only one that they both because they
They trust
when
her.
they both had bit of a problem.
Yeah.
They call
She
her.
was, yeah.
So why didn't they send her out to do the business deals then?
But
If she's got the
testing,
business brain.
you're testing Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie is the area manager. She's the supervisor.
Right.
Like, as if
Yeah,
they-
but the business is more important, no? Like getting the packs and the business
They're showing
secured is
him.
more
No,
important. They got it the wrong way around.
Bear in mind, he just came out of jail. So I think, alright, cool. Let me see if you actually want to work for man, innit?
Yeah.
Because you're broke. You came out of jail. Now I'm basically sending you out. Like, you're basically going to shops.
No,
And
I
that's what I see.
get that, but I feel like his position is more on the road, dishing out the orders, telling these man what to do, because that's what he was doing before anyway when they were away. To send him abroad and then start doing business transactions.
No,
you
it
saw
was,
when
no,
Sunday
but
there-
the thing is, yeah, it's not that. It's a humbling thing. He's basically sends you out to the shops.
I don't
That's
know
how the
you.
situation
I don't
was.
know. You know.
Big
I don't. No, no, no.
shops,
Yeah,
These
yeah,
are big
yeah.
shops,
No,
you know, this is
wait,
their
hold on.
business.
You don't
Wait,
think
one
so? I
second.
think he sent him to the
One
shops.
second. 1 second. Go on, sorry.
So, like, Top Boy recognizes Top Boy. Yeah. So in the previous one, Dushane realized that although he didn't get the job done, although he dealt with Jamie, Jamie gave him a run for his money. Like Jamie saw the vision. Jamie didn't just want to be a runner on the roads. He wanted to be a guy. So when you recognize that quality in someone, you recognize their ability to go abroad, have some difficult conversations, and then you test if they're really about it. I think he knows that Jack's got her limitations. She's great at keeping everyone in check, the day-to-day things that need to be done. But to get the serious situation done, he recognized the Top Boy in Michael, but also, in Jamie, but also wanted to test what he was on.
Yeah, because
So
this is the thing as well.
I
I
feel like he's sending him out to the
think
shops,
see
so-
with Jack, yeah, is that clearly Jack has a certain business acumen and knows how to deal with certain things or whatever, yeah. But there is a certain level of smoke that you really do need to have in order to be that top boy.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's fully displayed that just
I
yet.
feel like she is. I feel like she's.
No, but if
fam,
she sent
deep it.
Jack,
she has.
She is.
Wait.
She is. Because
So
deep it.
if he would have sent Jack, he would have had no reason to figure out how loyal Jamie was.
No, 100 is a test.
When he
100%.
sent Sully to run up on him, from there we got the message when Sully just sat down and goes, "I will lay you out."
Yeah.
Like,
But
if you
he could-
try
I
anything-
guess Jack would be a very good delegator though.
yeah, she
And I think that's all you need to, in order to be a boss, that's all you really need to do.
she's the Sergio Busquets. Sorry to use. She's the That's
say?
not.
What's she-
She's
what's
not going
she
to
say?
light up your world.
He's a football-
She's
he's
not
a
going to
football
light up
player.
your world, but you
Yeah,
need him
yeah,
in the
of course.
team.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then he's not going to be the one scoring the goals. That's Jamie. You know what I mean? So-
No, but can I say something? Because in the very first episode when Jamie landed back home, you saw them face off right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Right.
She's pulled up on him.
Yeah,
They've had a
she
little
did.
square off, and to be honest, like I wouldn't say she put him in check.
She
but
did.
She kind of did.
Yeah,
to be
she
fair.
gave him a bottle. Like,
kinda
there you
did.
go.
And it-
You know where to
and it
go.
did.
did this and held it there. And
Oh,
waited
yeah.
for him to spud him.
Yeah.
spun
And he
in front
spun
of
it.
his
This
mother.
is what I'm saying. So it's like,
I
yeah.
hear you.
Do you know what I think? The only
Bro.
thing is, unfortunately, we live in a society where if you do, no matter how smoky she is, if you send a female over abroad to somewhere like Spain, maybe, and get her to do the business transactions, their man might not take her as serious. Maybe. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might look at it and go, it's a woman. Unfortunately, and go, no matter how, because they don't know how smoky she
But
is.
you know what the thing is? See with Jack, yeah, is that even though you say that, and I know like through a cousin that I've got that's just like Jack, yeah.
Yeah.
We've never, as a family, we've never really looked at her as like a woman because her masculine energy is so high
Top
and
tier.
so strong.
Yeah.
So like, and she's a super delegator and she's on things. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think Jack in her community, I don't think people look at her as a woman.
They don't.
They just look at her as a soldier that
She's
is
a
on some
soldier. She's a
super,
real soldier.
yeah, it's on some super smoke and that will do whatever it is that needs to be done. So that is what is kind of at her.
But
them Spanish dons were
Jamie
looking
failed the
at
test though. He
You're
failed the
right.
test.
You're probably right.
But
He
that's
did.
the thing. That's the thing.
He failed the test multiple times.
He needed to be tested to be able to
Yeah.
pass or fail it. If
Yeah.
they sent Jack, they just
I
they
disagree
would.
because they sent Lizzie, bro. Lizzie was out in Spain.
But Lizzie was she's just a little.
No, she was, but regardless, I don't think the female aspect had anything to do with the Spain thing. I think.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think they wanted to keep tabs on Jamie, and that's the best way to do it.
Send her.
How do we find out? How do we find out how loyal he is? Let's send him abroad
Right.
where he can run off his mouth, he can make deals, and then without him knowing, Sully, I'll send you. And then when the
back.
guy said you had big plans, that's the first thing
100%.
Sully
Yeah.
said, oh, you had big plans, yeah? And Jamie might have been able to talk his way out of that, but that's already planted a seed in Sully's head
Right, cool.
that this guy came out here and did exactly what I was suspecting him of doing. He
When
made
you got big
plans.
money on the line and big packs, why are you doing these tests, bro? There's
No,
no.
but the
and
thing
what are
is,
you doing? Like,
let's
get the packs
first-
over first,
the first
and
time
then
he-
think about the
packs over.
tests. Like, the business needs to run. They said the tap was off, bro. People are starving, and you're out here doing little tests, seeing if he can. Do you get what I'm saying, though?
I hear
Like,
you, though, I
they
hear
should
you,
have got
though.
the shit sorted first. Made sure the packs landed, then maybe send him for another one. Like, so.
No, but he failed the test with the 25% situation. He said 15%. Then my guy said, "Oh yeah, 25%," and deposit, boom.
Yeah.
He failed the test. He was like, when he's texting that, he like this.
I hear you.
He did this. He's just accepting any deal. I
hear
thought
you,
you're a
I
top
hear
boy.
Yeah, you know
handle
what?
your business,
Sure.
bro.
Right, back.
Quickly
You know what I
as well,
mean?
though.
Sure.
It was a cold scene, but can we talk about the gun underneath the biscuit tin, bro?
Oh,
Well,
my
come on, man. Like, that was some James Bond shit.
Don't
bro.
do
No, that was ridiculous. Bro.
Nah, trust.
I felt like I was watching Marvel or something, bro.
You were.
That was ridiculous, bro. Like he's opened it. I'm seeing like cupcakes, all of this,
Yeah.
and then the shot of the gun under. Little compartment, like
that's
Bruce
right.
Wayne,
Yeah,
bro.
I hear that.
That was mad.
You gotta give a shout out
I
to
hear you.
Emilio. You gotta give a shout out to Emilio. He came up to Sully's shoulder and was like, please.
Fam, I was like, what? I knew something was coming.
Yeah.
Like, we all knew something was coming because it's Sully. But the gun
swear
underneath the
I
tin.
swear I didn't, I thought, oh, Sully's giving him biscuits.
Nah,
This
man.
is
Nah.
Sully's
You
recognizing-
right?
Nah.
You think you're giving
I
biscuits?
honestly
This is
thought,
Sully, bro.
I was
He
looking
would
at what
never
was
give
in there. I
biscuits.
was excited, you know what I mean? Like,
Sonny is always on a different thing.
He's like Tommy
And back-
from Power, man.
Huh?
He's just on crud. Tommy
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Power.
Yeah, principle. Yeah, things have to just be straight. No grey area. I'm not
grey.
dealing with any of that. It just has to be this. Yeah, and if it's not that, then I don't get it. And there's not much you're gonna do to make me understand it. And just going back to separate Sully from Kane Robertson. Yeah, I just think that like the way that he executes this character is just so like.
Bro.
And
Yeah,
I said this last time. Yeah, I said this last time on the episode that we did. Julie couldn't make it, by the way. Julie's coming back in a couple of weeks. I know a bunch of people were asking for Julie to come on today, but what makes him so good for me, yeah, is the things that he's doing when he's not saying anything.
His facial expression.
When he's just not saying nothing and someone's talking, it's that like the look of anger, the look of disgust, the look of I don't understand what you're talking about, the look of you don't faze me, like the look of you're not better than me, like all of these different looks. Like, what are we doing here? There's so many different looks that he's had, and even with the girl where he started to think with in the boat and whatnot, you start seeing him light up a little piece. You know what I mean? Like there's a young little smile in that. You know what I mean? Go in there, start lips up the gal and
even
whatnot.
then, when he smiles, he's not looking like some happy.
No.
like
No.
there's pain
No.
behind the smile.
Right,
There's
there's
baggage.
pain behind the smile. Yeah,
baggage.
it's not like he's not overcooking the nice emotions.
No.
It's like I got a lot going on still, but yeah,
Well,
I
you
hear
know, when
you.
I'm
Like,
just-
you know what I mean?
Almost like he feels guilty.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
But he, like, it's what he's doing when he's not saying nothing that makes him very good to me at, like, executing this. Because there's so many of those moments, do you know what I mean?
And obviously, none of us are professional actors, right? But,
I respect Kane
Yeah,
way.
but-
After this, I feel like I respect him way
No, absolutely.
more.
We
I feel
can-
like he's like an artiste.
No, absolutely.
Like, music-wise, boom. Then acting-wise, like you don't see that at all.
incredible.
Especially in the UK, like you can actually
Yeah.
hardcore. This is
And it's his obsessive dedication as well. Like
Yeah.
I remember early on when they first said Drake's gonna get involved, he said, "Well, that's not an automatic yes from me. I need to read
100%.
where this is going. If it's not exactly like that, I'm not involved."
he respects the art.
And then on top of that as well, how he says that, he goes, me and Sully, me and Dushane, if you deep it, Sully and Dushane don't really see each other too much.
Yeah.
So when they see each other on screen, they shouldn't really look like they've been together all day like we do on set. So he goes, when I'm on set, if I'm not seeing him in the scene, he goes, me and him
No,
are
I
not
saw that. I said that on the pod.
Yeah.
I said that. I said when I went, I was at their last scene. It was the last scene that they were shooting for the one that came out in 2019. And I'm filming with Vice. They've asked me to go back, like just to go there, chat with some people, whatever. So anyway, now like I'm gassed to be doing that. Yeah. I know a bunch of people that's there, so I think that was probably one of the reasons why they was using me anyway, so that I can use my connections to get conversations with people. I know that, for example, Dave don't sit down and talk with people like that. Got a light conversation. Did a few of them. Anyway, now I see, and I've told this story a bunch of times, but I remember when I got there, I see I see Bashi coming out of a Merc.
Yeah.
And he's going to like a trailer or whatever. And I'm like looking at him like, yo, what? Like, what's going on? And he's not really, he's just like,
I remember this
nodding.
Yeah.
And then cut. Then I'm like, what?
The method acting is crazy.
I'm like, rah, like, why did he do that? Cool. It's early morning.
Yeah.
You know, not everyone's a morning person, whatever. Then when I was having a conversation with Ashley Waters and Kane Robinson, yeah, I'm talking to them, whatever. Then Bashi's come out. Ashley, I'm gonna reference him by their name. Ashley Thomas. He's come out, yeah, and then he's looked at them. Then they've looked at him, and they're staring at each other. And then like Bashi's looking at them as if to say like what is it? Like what? Yeah. Then he's just gone off and done his scene. So I'm frazzled. I don't know what's going on. I do not know what's going on. And then Kane said, nah, like man's still in character and that. Because I know that they're
great friends.
They are it's deeper. You don't see them. They don't do the snap thing and whatever. These are really proper friends.
Yeah.
They're proper friends. So, but to see that was the most interesting thing to me. They stayed in that for this time.
That story.
It's an amazing story.
And from that, you can actually see like how seriously
they take that.
It's the hardest level of acting to do when there's no lines to hide behind, there's no action to hide behind. You've just got to stand there and deliver a feeling. So we know exactly what you're trying to say, and you're not saying it.
But I also feel like how does that affect them
mentally
in real life? Getting into the mindset of that character.
To that Batman, that Joker,
Heath Ledger. Yeah. Like how when you're living in that, like even someone like Sully, I can imagine he's so immersed in that character, Kano. Like, how does that affect him? Because he plays it so well, even when his eyes are welling up in scenes. I'm just like shit. Like I don't know if you're drawing from some pain in your life or but. I don't know how. I feel like when you move on into a day today, I could even picture. And obviously, I don't want to put this on Ashley Waters, but like you might start walking around like you're a boss. Even more. Do you know what I mean? Like you might start for the month before or the couple months after when you're still a bit in character. You're still giving out.
When you see like your younger cousin and that, you're like, go and
do you know what I'm saying? And then you have to check yourself. Sorry, man. Like it's mad.
But they do that, like and I know again, like when like Bashi's been in America for it in particular, like he's stayed with the accent. You know, even when he's not filming, he will constantly still speak with an American. But remember how difficult that is because there's different types of American accents. Sure. Do you get what I'm saying? There's Southern, there's all different types of regional. So it's learning that and then staying within it. But I had another conversation with Jasmine Jobson, who plays Jack here, for JD Pop, which was a sick conversation too. Actually, she's good, and she talked about that. Like, she talked about another role where she was abused. She was abused in it, and it was like having to immerse yourself in a character who has been sexually and mentally abused is difficult because it's difficult to then snap out of that. You are living that, a big violation that has happened to you in your body. So once you tap into that, it is difficult for them sometimes to come out of that. Do you know what I mean? But it's acting to me, when they do it well.
They do it well.
Even the scenes where they're just talking for time. There's been certain scenes where I'm watching them and I'm like, sometimes I end up tapping out of the actual, like, what I'm watching and I'm just watching them. Yeah. And I'm like, you've been talking for time.
Yeah.
Like, you have been talking for time. Yeah. And you'll know sometimes that they can do things where you might say something and then the angle changes and you're saying something else and then the angle changes. It's like, you can just cut that up. And you sometimes can see the cutting up anyway. When but I'm not gonna lie, I saw a few of that in Top Boy where the angles the head wasn't. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, like it was a little bit, but you know, I can forgive you for that. But it's like there's some where it's like the camera is fixated on you, and my man is talking for a strong 4 to 5 minutes.
That's long, you know.
Fast with emotion. You're like, what? Jack said to me in the conversation that I had with her, she said to me that in the last Top Boy, there were times where they were just adding a scene. And so they would get a script, she'd be like, so like, I'd get like 15, 20 minutes to read the script and I'll jump out. I was like, what? I would need a day.
Yeah.
I would need a day.
Yeah.
She was like, nah, in a 4 pages, you just learn it by blocks. Learn it by blocks and whatnot, and then you just go out and do it. And I'm like, that's a skill. Huh?
Would you act in the future?
Would I?
Yeah.
I thought about it. Do you know, like, the times when I thought about it, yeah? Is, like, one time I got a job. It was for a lesson, yeah? And I had to read... Actually, even for Amazon, there's, like, these scripts. You would know. You've had to read scripts for, like, England or whatever, yeah? So, you know, like, you're reading these scripts, yeah? But when I've got these scripts, I'm looking at them as if, like, okay, cool. If I'm going to do this acting thing... I will need to learn how to read scripts. Like, how do I practice that? Do you know what I mean? So I was like using it as almost like obviously I got to do this job, but I'm also trying to find a way to polish like reading scripts or whatever. And once you start to nail it, it feels kind of good, innit? Once you get a script down and then you execute it. You know what I mean?
It's not easy though.
It's hard.
It's not easy. No, I remember like even I did some live thing for YouTube and Google yesterday, but it was a live show as well. I had auto cue though, but still they sent me this long script and you're trying to drill it in your head so that even when you're reading the auto cue,
you're not reading it for the first time.
Yeah, it's just easy. And but then it's like first you're then learning what actually the script is about. Then you've got to add your mannerisms to it or how you're executing it or delivering a certain line. Like it's proper not easy. Like But I respect
the mannerisms. That's because that's the next. Learning how to like reading it and having it in your head is one thing, but delivering it with character or to like you're not reading it is a next thing. But and what has been difficult for me, even with reading scripts, is if I get a script and I get it down packed and whatever, and I'm like I've learnt it and I've added my sauce to it and whatever, and then someone comes to me and says to me, "Oh, do you know what? We might need to change this bit." I'm fucked.
Don't do it.
I'm fucked. Because my head. It's like I got a photographic memory as well, like an element of it. So it's like when as I'm saying it, I can sort of see it.
Wow.
So now when you take it out now, I'm got like
there's no Photoshop.
I'm done.
I'm done. You know the type of acting I would do, you know, back in the days in the 90s, like the celebrity comes in and everyone's like, woo, for like a good 5 minutes. I think I would just do that. Alright, cool.
Do you know what I appreciate about it? And I feel like I don't know this, but I could imagine that a lot of the script is actually we need to get from here to here. Here are some key lines that need to be mentioned for the development of the story, and the rest of it just take it where you feel. I'm not saying 90% of it was what do they call it? Off the top of the head, what improv?
No, improv.
Yeah, I'm not saying 90% of it was improv, but I can imagine there are a lot of times where they're improvising because they're immersed in their character, because they know what their character would say to that or how their character.
That's a slang. I think a lot of that is a slang.
Okay.
So when they saying "fam," you get me.
They're overdone it though. This season,
no one's typing.
That little kid Tia was saying so much.
Which one's the little kid?
Tia, the one that was with Steph. Like she was talking.
Why is Tia not getting any love? What's going on?
It was just so childish, man.
She's a child.
She's a kid. She's a kid. But it was too much.
Which is what I said to someone else as well. Yeah, because there's a couple of people that had mentioned. I can take this from you because of where you come from, whatever. Yeah. But there's a couple of people that had said it to me, and I'm like, when last have you ever been around anyone that speaks a certain level of slang, unless it's me?
Yeah, facts.
So when you're dealing with youths, it's a whole different thing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Now, we might still be able to look at that and say, yeah, you still overcooked it. But you know what? Like, again, you're still a young buck still. You're still a young buck. So that's probably why you're even more valid to even speak on this more so than me. But it's like, there was enough times when I was 15, 16 or whatever, where like an older buck would come in and act as though like, what the fuck are you lot even talking about? Like, you're just chatting shit. To them, we're just chatting shit. Yeah. And now I'm understanding, even when I'm listening to my little brother in that talk, at first it was funny to me, but then I have to understand that like, you know what? That's their thing. Do you get me? It's certain things sound mad to me. Certain new slang words and all of that type of stuff sound mad to me. But you know what? That's their thing. So when I'm hearing her do that, even though it seemed a slight bit overcooked, it didn't seem far from reality of a 14, 15-year-old that comes from this place, this estate, and they, you know what, like. Sometimes they purposely overdo it anyway.
No, for real.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it only felt like that because Steph wasn't using as much as she was.
Right.
So just them next to each other.
Right.
He wasn't using as much. That's why I just felt like.
But wait, sorry. Even with that, look where you come from.
Yeah.
You've got like, let's say for example, a lippy. We've all got a Lippy in and amongst it.
Yeah.
Lippy don't talk like I don't talk like Lippy. Like to someone else, they'll hear me say certain things and be like, "Rah, man, slang, whatever." We come from the same sort of place.
Yeah.
But you know what? He's just
There's
more,
levels to it.
There's levels to it.
There's levels.
Yeah.
There's just levels to it, and
It's
so
true.
I could still have a brethren like that, and I might even when I have my brethren that's like that. might overdo certain parts here and there or whatever. Maybe not consciously, but I'm doing my brethren and I'm adapting to this situation here. But that's not me. So we will have that. And he will know that that's not me.
And I find it interesting that you said that. You know, sometimes you got that annoying little cousin where it's kind of annoying you that they're overcooking it. Well, there we go then, isn't it? You were getting annoyed by this little
you're like,
kid
stand
overcooking
up,
it.
man,
It's
stand
true.
up.
It's true. It's true.
Oh my God.
Did we miss any? I don't think we talked enough about Jamie though.
No, absolutely.
They done him wrong, man.
He didn't have a lot. He wasn't in it as much
it's-
in this.
I thought. Do you think that's something happening behind the scenes with him or what?
No, not at all. I think
Because
this is
it was like he was the main guy, and I was just
season.
like.
But
nah.
he's filming 2 new things.
Nah, I don't think it's got anything to do with that.
No.
Honestly,
I don't
I
think
think
so.
they were looking for a big shock somewhere, and someone had to go. Like something mad had to happen.
Really?
Really?
You don't think
Something mad had
You
to
don't
happen.
think it was just a natural conclusion that okay, we think this
You
is
feel
as
like he
far
had to go?
Had 100%.
What?
100%.
Jamie!
I've heard this from a couple of people.
Not
You know.
because I dislike him. I think he's a fantastic.
No,
actor,
exactly,
and what he does
yeah.
to Top Boy is amazing. But based on the storylines, if there was anyone in that storyline who had to go,
Had to be him.
it had to be him.
No,
He
man.
was rubbing up the 2
Sully,
big boys the wrong way.
No.
See, the thing is, there's 2 sides to this. Yeah, one is the side I think that we spoke about earlier with him snaking his don. Yeah, this is never going to work with Sully. It's never. There's never a day in life where Sully is going. For Dushane is cool. Dushane, I think is. And I think this could be a problem for Dushane, is that his ambition is going to cloud his judgment.
Yeah.
So you're going to end up having people around you that are close to you that are not good for you. See, with Sully, his ambition is not clouding no type of judgment. It's still unclear what his ambition really is anyway.
That's what I was going to say. What is his ambition?
But with that being said, for a man like that, you're never going to have a Jamie in the
mix.
Yeah, because you know what? If that's the case, Sully is always going to say, well, then Dushane, me and you can't part. And what's going to end up happening is, once my man does end up snaking you or whatnot, who are you going to come and run to? Me. Because you know I'm going to come and do something.
So why did he go to Jamie like, right, have this video work for me type of vibe?
What's that?
Like at the end of season 3.
Who's Sully?
Because
Jamie.
he knows that one day Jamie
Should have left him in jail.
No, but he knows one day Jamie's gonna come out after 15 years, and I know 15 years is in 15 years time, but he's in jail. The problem's just gone for now. So instead of tidying the room, he's just pushed the dirt under the bed. One day it's gonna come back out. So he thought, I've got your future in the palm of my hands, and by bringing you in here, I'm taking another big problem off my head because. He nearly got moved to, like it really nearly got on top.
I'm just saying to you now, it sets up for a fantastic next season.
Yeah, 100%.
I'll tell you why, because that murder is going to cause a very big issue between them two.
Yeah.
Purely because not only is it just the murder, but it's also the power dynamic in what was already happening.
Yeah.
With Sully feeling like you're trying to little man me a little piece, and Dushane kind of doing it, but not realising he's doing it. He's just fucking, you know what? He's just got some ambition, that things that he needs to do and whatnot. You know that you're my guy. But there's a power dynamic that's off here.
Yeah.
Now you just uppy this Don. Like
It wasn't a Dushane order either. And normally
Dushane would not want that.
Shots.
Dushane would have not wanted that at all.
But hasn't that always been there, that kind of issue with the power dynamic? It's always been.
But this the more as time goes on, it gets weaker and weaker and weaker. You get what I'm saying? So that's why now, what happens between them? They surely. There's going to be a point where it's like it's so weak, it's difficult to resolve. You know what I mean?
So do you believe that if Jamie didn't kill his best friend, would Dushane have smoked him?
Both of them.
No, Sully would have still smoked him.
But forget Sully, because Dushane was the one saying you'll be smoked.
I feel like he would have.
Do you think Dushane would have smoked him if he didn't kill his friend?
No. Dushane would have Dushane done it.
Would he have greenlit it? Would he been like, let's kill him then because he hasn't killed his friend?
No.
You think he was bluffing when he said it to him?
Nah, I think he would have. I think
he bluffing.
he would have.
You know, because what happened to my girl Lauren? and Dushane was bare like he had a soft spot where he tried to move hard, but he still had a soft spot with him.
No, but that was because of his loyalty to Jack. Like that, whereas Jamie can get it. Like
but then that's what. So this is where I'm going with this basically. Yeah. So if he didn't kill his best friend Jamie, and Dushane would have said, "Alright, let's smoke him," then
he would have been smoked.
Why does he care that much that Sully smoked him then? Anyway,
yeah.
Why is that a big deal?
I agree.
Yeah.
Think about what I'm saying.
So
why is it such a big deal?
If he was open to killing him.
If he was open to killing him anyway because he wasn't going to kill his best friend, even though he did kill his best friend, why would he care if Sully smoked Jamie anyway? Because he's looking at it like Jamie's a bit flaky anyway. Like he's a bit of a threat.
But like what
I can answer this though.
But, what's it called again? Dushane has the bigger vision of
his
like,
retirement
you're bringing more mix up now. Like now it's gonna be more problems.
That's what I was gonna go with.
But they're in the mix up. They've killed Peckham, man. They've done this. They've smoked everyone. They killed Curtis.
You're right.
They kill people for fun.
Remember, Dushane has an ambition. And with this ambition, he was close to doing whatever it took to get this, whatever it is, however we see it, whether we agree with it or not. Now, remember, you've got this thing that's with him and Sully or whatever, but they, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, they're brothers or whatnot. You're right in saying that, like he might have just done that anyway. But the fact that you went to his yard. We didn't even have a conversation about this. We didn't even have a conversation about this. You've just gone there. Not only just duppied him, you duppied him in front of the youths now.
They did have a combo though, but he tried to deter him from doing it.
But he still went and done it. So now, okay, cool. What is happening here? Because when I came to you and I said, handle that, you turned around and said, it's being handled. When I turned around to you and I said to you, can you go and clean up thing? You turned around to me and said, oi. I came back to you and I said, can you please? For you to go and do that. That's a madness.
Bare face in front of his brothers. It's crazy.
It's just been bare mix up now.
Yeah, do you know what? As soon as that episode, I haven't had this feeling in such a long time, As soon as that happened, my emotions went in such a weird place because I fuck with Sully so bad. But when he did that, I thought, bro. In front of the youth.
But that's what it is. Just when you think you're comfortable now that Sully's my guy, I understand him, he's complex, he's been through a lot. He's flipped it on you and gone, bro, the ends is the ends. Like, this is Top Boy.
I'm upset,
don't forget.
man. I deleted music. I'm deleting bare cameras. I was upset. I said, nah, man, really. I was typing, I think, you know what? Maybe it's a dream. Maybe it was a dream. I was thinking bare theories in my head. I said, Jamie can't go out like that.
People taking it serious.
You know, you felt like, EastEnders when Bradley dies. I was thinking, like they killed Jamie.
Do you know what's so funny about that? Like, how people take it serious. Like, I see Kano leave a comment on Buck's picture of the picture of them in the caf. And he was like, I don't know, he said something, but then the people were responding to it saying, why'd you do Jamie like that? Why'd you do my man?
No, but why?
100%.
Why? No, but why? What is the reason? What is the reason? I was upset.
Sorry to interrupt you, but like, that's why on Twitter I was saying to people like, I can't remember exactly how I put it, but I was like, Kano is not in Top Boy.
Yeah.
You like Kano, the last time we saw Kano is Hoodies All Summer. Yeah. That's where he last was. Yeah. Sully is being played by Kane Robinson. Yeah, let's understand what's happening.
Let's separate the two.
The three.
Kane Robinson, Kano, Sully.
Right. Do you understand what I'm saying? So like when we talk about the Kano's got nothing. Kano's somewhere. Kano's somewhere in the back of consciousness, ready to create. That's where Kano is. Kane Robinson is probably right now with Ras Clark on the buck. Probably Bashy somewhere in the dealership buying wigs. Buying matching works, not snapping the shit. You heard the bar. You know what he's doing. Just doing life. Yeah. Sully, we just seen him.
He's a problem.
He's the one on the TV that's doing the madness.
I have a big problem with him. No cap. I have a big problem with him.
You need answers from him.
When I see him, I'll be like, bro, what's up? Like, I will scrap him for Jamie. Like, I'm so upset.
Imagine Michael Ward ends up breaking up the fight.
What was you going to say, Mitch?
No, I was just gonna say, like, who would you lot say is like your MVP then of this season?
That was gonna be my last question.
Who is? Oh, sorry, I'm just.
No, that's fine.
Not the question.
No, it's fine. No, it's with podding.
Who would you say?
Jack.
I might go for Jack. You know.
Jack still. She was A1 because she was everywhere in a sense, but she kept it true. She was just loyal, man. I could trust her with my peas.
Yeah,
I could trust her with my bank card. I love her.
Do you know who mine was? It's so mad.
Go on.
Curtis, fam.
Really?
Oh my god,
Bro, I just feel like, see that character, yeah? Because he wasn't like aggressive. It's the way he portrayed the actor, whoever he is, yeah. He did his thing.
Right.
Because all the deep scenes in it, the psychological, even the way when he come into the Shelly's nail bar
First name basis.
and he's like, yeah, first name basis. Say, and then before he leaves, he's like, well, you ain't said my first name. Like, I'm like, oh shit. Or when they were in the cafe and they're sitting down, and when he goes, well, like when Dushane's like, so what is? Because she's not coming back.
Right.
You expect him to explode, and then he's like, okay, cool. Like I'm just this is a psycho right here, bro. Like when a man's calm, like then he just dips in the car and he's just waiting in the car and he's like, no, don't follow him, follow them.
Right.
And then they go to the bando.
Yeah.
And just walk in the bando. And then he drops that little line where he goes, don't buy Manchester, it's a shithole. Bro, that line there that was the money line, bro. That was the money line. You know he needs his. Bro, give him back the nomination, please.
Do you know the type?
I hear you.
I hear
Do you know the type of chaotic mind space you need to be in, that you're trying to run up on someone, but you're like, before I run up on you, further to your conversation about buying houses.
Hey, I'm convinced, this guy. I'm convinced whoever this guy is,
He's on crud.
Bro,
He's on crud.
He must know. Listen, I'm not trying to put any narratives out there, but he
Probably.
can't be acting.
Probably.
He's got to be an arms dealer, bro.
Yeah,
He's just too good at that. I don't know where they got him
He
from.
sat in Dushane's seat in the calf, bro.
Huh?
He sat in
Dushane's
Dushane's
seat.
seat.
Yeah, he was in
Oh,
Dushane's.
shit.
I don't roll up your man's bro, even when he went to Jack's yard, he's just smashed the thing.
Yeah.
And then the girls push the thing off the thing and he goes,
says,
put it
"Put
back.
back."
Exactly
Yeah.
where it is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Put it back. Exactly. Bro, hey, he loved this woman, you know, in a sick way. He loved this woman. It was very sick, man. He loved her.
And you know, and again, loyalty above everything. He was obsessed with the idea of. He kept saying that woman's carrying my child.
Yeah.
That's how he would tell the sister to shut up, because he didn't say that's my girl. He kept saying that's my child. That's my family.
That was one of my favourite storylines throughout.
Yeah.
Like,
It
was like an
was
underlying
really
storyline,
deep.
but
That was really deep, innit? Because that was the thing. It was like, and I saw someone else mention that. Like I saw it come up a few times. It was like the abuse side of it was. It was always evident that it was a mental thing, and not that he was coming and thumping her down.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He was manipulative, and because remember when she called him, he said, "Oh, baby." He started calling her baby.
He was so
He said,
relieved.
"I'm gonna come and get." He said, "I'm gonna come and get you now." But like, he didn't sound like he was too angry. He just sounded like, "Okay, let me know where you are, and I'm gonna come and get you." Do you get
That
me?
was scary.
But that was scary
Oh.
because that's the thing. That's how they do it, isn't it? It's like using these little affirmations, baby, where are you? Oh my god, whatever. But they're doing it in a certain way where it's like, yeah, cool. Don't worry. When you come back, I've got you.
That
You don't
scene-
know what that means.
That
though.
scene on the standoff when Jack's sister called and said they're gonna try and kill you. I swear, this is not an exaggeration. So my brother just walks in, me and my missus. I literally dropped to my knees. I was like, "Do not tell me you are gonna snitch on your people and go back to Liverpool with him."
That's what
Like,
I thought she was gonna do.
That scene
For a minute,
was
I
too
thought, is she
much.
gonna, what the
Do you
fuck
remember
is-
it when she called him and goes, "They're gonna"?
Because that in abuse, that's what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah,
What is
your-
it called? It's Stockholm syndrome, isn't it?
Stockholm
It's like you
syndrome,
start feeling like that connection to your.
But don't get it twisted though. I got a hot take though. Like, I don't even know if it's a hot take, but she had a hold on him as well, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Yeah.
fully just him, but it was because his sister was there. It was kind of
It's too
ruining
much.
the hold she was trying to have on him as well. Sure. If she wasn't in there, I don't know necessarily he would be
1,000,000%.
that controlling. It's more the sister and the business that they've got going on. They kind of saw her as a threat to that business. Remember, she was trying to run away and just better her life and get away from.
But that's why their dynamic, which I think was really interesting, is that it was still very vague in what was happening with them.
Yes.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like it was still very vague. We knew that there was abuse, and we knew that there was some manipulating going on or
Yeah.
whatever.
couldn't quite
but
put
then
your
we
finger
couldn't
on it.
quite figure out like what sort of hold has she kind of got on him? Like, what is this actual thing? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But
you know when you said the crying scene,
she was very good though.
That's when she'd finally killed him. Release.
She was
that cry.
That was heavy.
Her emotional acting was amazing.
I didn't see that coming.
Yeah, that was,
I didn't see that coming. Did you not see that coming? I didn't see it coming.
No, I really
when
thought.
She grabbed the knife.
I really thought this. And do you know what? Again, furthermore, when she grabbed the knife, a part of me was like, oh my god, he's gonna get killed. And then a part of me was like, nah.
She won't do it.
She's gonna go for him, and she's gonna end up.
Yeah, I thought
killed.
she might get killed.
That's what I thought, that her and her baby are gonna end up getting killed.
He would die for Nyash, man. Don't die for Nyash. He died, boy.
I think that was.
He died for Nyash, man.
You know when you say like you portray the most like without saying anything, that crying scene said so much to me. It felt like she was releasing a cry for all the time, everything that she'd been through.
The next season, do you think the family come back? The Scousers.
They have to.
They have to, man.
That's not done. That's not done there. Because you can see the heartbreak in her when Sully's saying
he's gone, you know.
Well, he's gone. Yeah. I don't think it's registering. Like it's not computing. Like what part of this don't you understand? You have a fuck off back up to Liverpool, or like that's it. Like what are you not getting here?
There will be more to that story because a baby will be born, and there is still a whole family that child should have access to, and so someone, and you know what happens. This is, do you know what? This where sometimes Liverpool and Manchester is different to London.
Yeah,
they still have elements of like kind of what happens in Ireland and that, where it's like the mum and the dad is like a hierarchy or an uncle, or do you get what I'm saying? There's see with this Don, trust me, he's got a dad or a mum or a who else that really loves him. And that is on absolute smoke. Manchester has a lot of that. Liverpool has a lot of that. Scotland has that, and Ireland. Here is a bit like, man, them to my brethren, what, oh shit, fucking, you duck down my door and I'm going to come down. But like over there, there's a family.
That makes sense because he's like the.
You know when you hear like, oh yeah, he's a part of the McCrackens.
Yeah, there you're like, oh shit, that all the
shit. You get what I'm saying? When you hear listen, when someone tells you, oh, they're related to the Merc. When you hear the Merc, oh my god, just know it's a smoky thing. What? His dad is a Merc. Oh nah, forget that. Yeah, his mum's Merc.
So that's a really interesting point. I didn't think of that. So now the Scousers are getting involved. So does that put to bed the Morocco side of things, or is there more to come from Morocco?
Yeah, I even forgot about
that. There's so much.
I thought Shash was a great addition, by the way.
Ash.
You know his opening line where in the screening, like when he ducks down, he goes, "Fam, you look hella stressed," you know. Like everyone just burst out laughing because it was just such a perfect opening line. Do you think there's more to come from Morocco?
What would be interesting to find out as well? I mean, this is probably such a small little side story, but remember the little kid? He had the watch. He wanted to go and see his sister in Spain. Did he? Did the kid meet the sister, or did they take the kid now to go and traffic him to go and?
Oh, don't do that, man. I was
so
what I'm saying?
With his ending. No, listen. Like these things don't just work like that. Remember, he's giving him the watch. He's giving him the watch and said, "Yeah, go and jump on the boat." What does that mean?
That's a debt for life, bro.
Huh?
That's a debt for life, isn't it?
Wow. But you know what? What I would say is that they portrayed the Moroccans as very relaxed people. I think
traditionally they're not.
They're not, you know. I'm not saying all, like in Tangier and in Morocco and in these places, things get busy, like busier than busy. So I liked the way they portrayed everyone as, don't worry, I'll sort it out. And there was only one time where Shash got in Jamie's face and said, I like he screamed, I said I'll fucking sort it. And obviously the way he head topped his boy and
that was kind of like, what's that word? It was like it's a foreshadow.
Yeah. He had to head top his boy.
And that's what basically Jamie just done.
You see these writers, man. They got us on toast, man.
That's man. I want to rewatch it again. You know.
We gotta go. By the way.
Yeah, we can go. We're gonna go. We have to go. Actually, I can't.
Yeah, we gotta go.
So do you think?
Is there?
Do you think Morocco is gonna play a big part in the next series?
I think there'll be something. I think the main thing that we're gonna be seeing now is the relationship between Dushane and Sully. I think also the involvement with Jack, like what happens with Jack, because I feel like there's another few years with Jack now. I think she's going to play a really big part in that. And what other story? I think that there probably might be a story with the Liverpool lot, maybe. But there's going to be some
Shelley as well.
Shelley. That's an interesting one because obviously Shelly has got skeletons in her closet. She's got skeletons in her closet, so.
And her shop is like the pillar of the community, kind
right.
of.
I think with her, because her story was, as you said, it wasn't that great. There was something that wasn't that great about that story.
Something's missing.
That must be teeing up for something that's going to happen with this next thing. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. We'll probably see a lot more of her and like more into like that part of the skeletons that's in her closet. Do you get me?
A lot to come, man.
Is there
serious breakdown, boy?
That was a breakdown.
What is one thing everyone needs to see or know about? Or can I just say this as well? Are they right here?
Not yet.
Alright, cool.
Mimi's there.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, she's in here still. Yeah,
he's here.
He's in here. Not like this though. The setups.
Oh,
they set up. You understand what I'm saying?
It's not in here, isn't it?
Oh, it's in there. Okay, cool. I went and saw Stormzy the other day.
Bro, I'm jealous, man.
Can I just want to say
jealous.
this? Yeah. So I had a bunch of conversations here when we talked about rap superstars and whatever. Yeah. First the one with Slick, then the first one with Slick was talking about rap.
Still, what you said.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I believe that we don't have any rap superstars yet, right? I still believe that, right? Well, me and you can sit down and talk about this another day. And then when Poet came, he brought this conversation up and he was mentioning that it was J Hus, which
Facts.
J Hus is not a rap superstar.
He might be our most talented, but
he is absolutely.
He's a superstar, bro. He's a superstar, bro.
He's not a superstar.
He is, but we will talk about this later. Let's just, you know what I mean? Cool. Yeah.
Like, do you know what? One of the reasons why. Okay, this is one of the reasons why I wanted to bring this up anyway. When we've had this conversation, I feel like we haven't, me particularly, in my personal opinion anyway, haven't given Stormzy the credit the way that he should get the credit. Facts. Yeah, because of all of the. If we have one, the closest person we have to that is him. And the reason why I say that is because of it's just all of these different things that he has done independently and signed, but push that away, like things that he's done for like Glastonbury, a world tour. Like when I was looking at the world tour,
Middle East,
it's actually a world tour.
It's
actually a world tour. It's
I could make a. Sorry, I know you're in the thing, but I could make a case for Skepta though. I could make a case for Skepta.
Okay,
it's between them two.
But I'm gonna still
because of what he's done abroad and stuff as well.
Right, but I don't want to turn this into a big. I just want to talk about Stormzy here. Yeah, there's so many different things that he has done in and around music. Yeah. And when you look at his impact and just all of the people that actually know who this guy is, it's insane. Mm-hmm. For me, he is absolutely the closest person that we do have to a superstar. He's a phenomenal live performer, by the way. And even when I was looking at the Glastonbury thing, bearing in mind that Glastonbury is here, but if anyone's ever been to Glastonbury and been by the pyramid stage, that's 100,000 people, if not
more. Yeah. It's close to 200,000 people.
That's insane.
So why don't you just say he is then? Why isn't he one then?
Let me just say this here quickly. There's a intro part in Glastonbury, like his Glastonbury set, where it's him and Jay-Z talking. Yeah, they're around the table and they're talking. And I remember seeing that, and I remember thinking to myself, you know what? These are the only two rappers in the world that can relate to each other in this moment, barring Kanye. No one else has headlined Glastonbury like that. No one else.
No rapper.
The only reason why I would say that maybe he might not be a rap superstar, and this is a whole conversation, but again, we could still maybe make an argument to say that he is. But one of the reasons why I may say that he's not a superstar yet is because he's doing these big venues and making these impacts here and in Europe, and also, of course, all over the world, clearly because he's doing live shows everywhere, and Australia and whatever else, But not that you have to be in America to be a superstar, but remember, we have to look at this as a superstar is a global thing.
You kind of
now, when you so you do. So as a global thing, when you look at the shows that he's doing there, phenomenal capacity, by the way, good for what it is, but it doesn't show superstar yet. It shows star. See, when we look at Jay-Z as a rap superstar, he headlines Madison Square Gardens, he headlines O2 Arena. Stormzy does O2 Arena 3 times, but in America, the capacity is about 2,000, 3,500.
Yeah.
So you have to take these things.
There's a clear distinction.
Yeah, and so the reason why I say that Jay Huss is not a superstar yet, he needs to be outside. Yeah. He hasn't shown. Has he even done a European tour?
I don't think the Hustler has.
He hasn't even done a European tour. He's got to show these things for you to say, you know what? When we're looking at rap superstars, he's got to be outside and do those type of things.
But I don't think he wants to be.
No, of course.
But I think he has the potential.
He absolutely has the potential, but he's not.
It doesn't make him one.
It doesn't make him one.
But
So the closest that we do
does
have.
those things, you know. Not Madison Square Garden, not those things, but he's got like platinum songs in America with A$AP Rocky and
with
A$AP
Rocky,
Young Thug.
I'm not taking away from the tune because Skepta made that tune, but it's a tune with A$AP Rocky that exploded. Like
he did O2 Arena early, but he did it with BBK.
No, that doesn't count. That doesn't count.
Okay,
that's
you know
BBK
what?
Right, but then what? Even how he's positioned in fashion. No, it puts him in a whole nother conversation. The way Virgil and these people went.
But that doesn't make you a.
That doesn't make him.
Because you know who did that as well, though. Not to the same degree. I know Poe would absolutely take my head off for saying it, but Octavian was the fashion guy.
Who's that?
because Virgil gave you a cosign and done these things. And I'm not saying this to dismiss Skepta, by the way, because Skepta is
because I could go somewhere else with it. But it's not even that. How many artists from this country have their own trainers with Nike?
No, yeah, you're right.
But Stormzy has with he collabed with Adidas.
No, but he didn't have his own trainer.
But he had his own tracksuit though.
Yeah, but a trainer, bro. Trainer's culture. Like Skepta has like 3 or 4 different Nike design trainers, bro. Like, that's Kanye territory we're talking about.
And you know, wait 1 second.
Do you get what I'm saying? This is outside of music. This is where culture is really
right.
Like
exactly. And so with that as well, those trainers are also like that's a big thing in America too. And also Skepta, when Konnichiwa came out, he was in Japan. He's done shows out there. He's done all of that.
Yeah.
However, though, we could look at him as a rap superstar. We could. I'm
just saying that's the conversation. Stormzy is, in my opinion.
Yeah, he's closer. But I do think that Stormzy is.
You're talking about grandmothers in Burnley being able to go. Oh yeah, I know.
Fam, look at that Adele show. Yeah. Stormzy stood up like, I got a question for you, Adele, in front of bare A-list.
Wasn't Skepta dating Adele? Like, what are we talking? Allegedly. I don't know, allegedly. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about here, bro? What are we talking about here? Like, this is what I'm saying.
Stormzy does the hardest comeback.
Skepta's a father. Like, he's been 20 years longevity.
Stormzy's giving 10 million to Black Lives Matter, then doing the whole scholarship with Oxford and all.
But that doesn't make you a superstar.
No, but culture-wise, like he has things on lock.
He's got a publication with Penguin Books that's pretty huge.
Fam, even the voting increase.
Let me stop you. Yeah, but this is the thing. Like when we're talking about superstardom, we can't just talk about here.
Okay.
We have to talk about everywhere.
Because everyone's comfy in their hometown. But Jay-Z gets love on the other side of the planet.
Fam, man rejected the Jay-Z verse, man.
Right, but
who does that?
What Stormzy has done is he's doing these festivals.
Absolutely.
Though. He did Made in America. He's done Coachella. Like, he's doing them, and he's like on big stages and stuff like that. So again, you know what? He is the closest that we have to a superstar. And you know what? He acts as though when you see him live, this guy had put this album out in 2019. He was so over, he didn't even want to do a tour, I don't think, really. Yeah. He's done it now. 2.5 years later, or 2 years later, are you just lining up some facts here?
Yeah.
No, I was okay.
Further to page 2.
Yeah. But you know what? Incredible performer. Like, especially on some stuff that he's just done a couple of years ago, just being so off it. But he executed it so well, and like there were so many good elements of that. But I'm not going to talk about it now because we don't.
We could be here forever. We could be forever, man.
But I'm done with this rap superstar.
Big up the two black kings, man. Doing their thing.
So yeah, I take back what I said. I take it all back because I think the first time I just didn't even. I talked more about Dave. Then the second time we were just all talking about Jay Huss. And I'm like, but Jay Huss is not even nearly, not because he can't be. Look at her. But listen, it's not because he can't be.
No, I hear it.
He could be, but it's other circumstances, whatever it may be. He's just not outside like that.
Okay, what is that? You know, never mind. Let me save it.
We haven't even seen Jay Huss down a young O2 arena
Because
yet.
you know
on
what
his
it
one.
is, yeah? Okay,
D Block Europe have.
He don't care. Huss
though.
don't care.
Wait,
This is the same guy that just dropped the album on number one.
Wait, I'm not saying he can't, but he hasn't.
He hasn't, but he doesn't want to.
We could say, oh, he could do Glastonbury, but he hasn't.
I was going to say, to back you here, yeah. There are rappers in the US, and you ask people, and you ask them, who's your favourite rapper?
They say
the
Huss.
majority of them will not say Jay-Z, even though he's a superstar. They'll say some guy that you might not have heard of, who's brazy. Then you hear him and you think, he's cold. Jay Huss is that guy in the UK.
Yeah, but your
I
point is, I hear what you're saying. Wait, let me finish.
Your
Your point is irrelevant. I'm talking about superstars.
No, I know.
So whether you will say that Jay-Z is your like, we're not talking about favorite rappers here. Whether you say he's your favorite rapper or not, Jay-Z is a rap superstar.
Okay, cool, but you know the African scene, they fucks with Huss heavy as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Because
Heavy,
of course they do.
You were tall out there as well. Yeah.
You know what I mean? The thing is, listen, you know what? Let's save this.
Lithuania fuck with Jay Huss.
Huh?
Does Lithuania fuck with Jay Huss?
Well,
Jay Huss is almost talented in my opinion.
Someone's argument was that
Unless
Burna Boy or Wizkid is a superstar, but they don't do. I can't even remember what it was. It was like they were looking at their tour dates and everywhere else, and I'm like, nah. You could say Wizkid is some close to that.
Man, Beyonce, some Branscombe girl. Come on now.
Yeah, look at all the shit that he's done, and then the venues that he's doing in America are massive, by the way. Massive. He's doing what 10,000 in different states and that 10,000. So you could do all these different continents. You could do the O2 Arena. This is superstar. The O2 Arena. He could do the other arenas if he wanted to, but he hasn't. But he's done O2 Arena 3 times. He could do whatever the hell he wants to do in African continents.
Okay.
And then he can do what? Europe, 10,000. Everywhere else. Australia, 10,000. And then America, all 10,000. That's superstardom
That's
stuff.
crazy. When you're
That's superstardom
Okay,
stuff.
cool. I agree with you, but I will never say it out loud.
There we go. We can agree on that.
I will never say it out loud.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Yeah, I wanted to obviously say if there's one thing everyone needs to check out or whatever, but we ain't got time. Are they there?
No, not yet. Trends London, check it out.
Trends London. Yeah. Who are they?
Clothing brand.
I'll say honourable shout out to them.
Okay, play 9CR 3 times for him to drop new music. That's my shout out.
Nines.
Yeah.
Now, is there a rhythm that people need to know? Or did I say Young Stef last time?
You did say yours.
Did I?
You
Yeah,
need to say it
okay.
again.
Play Brown and K-Trap. Play that tape today.
What you got, Mitch?
No, I'm going to say it again, even if you said it before. I'm saying Young's Teflon, All Eyes on Me Against the World. Listen to that. If it's 8 tracks, listen to that.
And something different if you want, watch Parts Unknown by Anthony Bourdain. If you're into food and travel and culture, he's the godfather, rest in peace. Just watch it, innit? It's good for you.
Sick. Do you know what? I watched something recently as well. I fucking forgot, and I remember I was going to shout it out, but it is what it is. I'll do it next time. Thanks for listening, everyone, yeah?
Bye.
Become.